has seen devastation, Long Island has seen suffering, and Long Island has seen its effects from major storms. And 1,500 miles away from this very spot, there is a place that is looking for help and looking for relief from its friends in Puerto Rico.
That was Hempstead Town Supervisor D'Esposito Clavin speaking at a press conference on Monday, January 13th, outside the steps of the Hempstead Town Hall. Clavin was joined by the town council to announce their new initiative to send food, water, and supplies down to Puerto Rico in an effort to help the territory regain stability after a series of devastating earthquakes.
Here in the town of Hempstead, we're saying we're here to help. We are joining together as a unified town board, and we are starting the ability now for people to bring supplies that are going to be transported down to Puerto Rico for those in need. You are going to be able to drop off goods, water, food, clothing, diapers, hand wipe, gloves, whatever it is you have, we're asking you to bring here to this building right here at Town Hall, to our other locations at 200 North Franklin, to Levitt Town Hall, to Echo Park, and help us help our friends.
Several of those friends include family members of Hempstead Town Councilman Dennis Dunne. I spoke with Councilman Dunne on what his cousins have seen in the recent weeks.
They said that the southwest is devastated. The buildings are crumbling, and they still feel rumbling, still, the aftershocks. So it's continuously going on.
Dunne then explained what his cousins say Puerto Ricans really need.
Bottled water and food stuff. It would very much be appreciated, is the way he said it. I'm like, anything will do, but canned goods is what they need because they don't have electricity, they don't have refrigeration. So you got to give them canned stuff.
Councilman Anthony D'Esposito also has family in Puerto Rico. He explained that there are challenges that come after natural disasters that no one really thinks about.
Natural disasters bring forward obstacles that you never would have imagined. And I think, for example, here in the South Shore of Long Island, everyone always thinks of flooding and sort of the water goes out, and you never think of really the aftermath and the mold that is generated and how we have to make sure everything is cleaned. And one of the biggest issues that we had in Island Park and the surrounding communities, it wasn't the water, it wasn't the granola bars that I think were endless, and it wasn't so much of the good fortune that so many people sent our way, but cleaning supplies, bleach, just pure bleach was something that we couldn't get our hands on.
Former police officer and current councilman Chris Carini explained another perspective of the natural disaster, that of the first responder.
They're overwhelmed. Like I said, basic stuff like clean water down there is going to be an issue. They're probably working 20-hour, 22-hour shifts, probably little sleep, probably not taking many showers. Unfortunately, it's a very tough feeling, but their adrenaline will keep them going. We saw it here with Sandy rescues, the other disasters we dealt with here. First responders are resilient. They've always have been. We saw it here with 9/11. We saw it here with Sandy. Every first responder has that calling, whether it's here, Puerto Rico, or throughout the world, that it helps. So they're on adrenaline, they're away from their families. They're probably worried about their families in the back of their mind, because their families are home with no home, no water, no electricity, and they have to go to work. So that's the hardest part of being a first responder during a tragedy like this, is your family almost has to fend for themselves a little bit because you have to go to work.
Despite each councilman focusing on a different aspect of the relief effort, each one has a very similar goal.
The goals are to make sure that they're back on their feet.
Really, the goal is just to help as many people as we can. I think anytime you set up collections like this, the goal in mind is really just to help as many people as we can and get them the resources that they need.
Goals is to keep sending as many supplies as we can until it's needed down there. This could go on for months, so if it's needed for months, the supervisor is going to continue this program for months, as long as it's needed.
And Councilman Carini is correct. Supervisor Clavin promises that this program will continue for as long as Puerto Rico needs help.
And if we need to, we're going to continue. We're going to be there for our friends down in Puerto Rico. We're going to be there. We're all Americans. We all want to help one another. And if we need to extend this, we'll have it going as long as it takes.
When all is said and done, Clavin's message is clear. This is the time to come together.
Much more brings us together than divides us. And this is a time where the residents are going to come together and give their friends, their relatives, and their colleagues down in Puerto Rico the helping hand that they need right now.
For WRHU News, I'm Eli Finkelson.